Are Republicans about to rob responsible taxpayers? In today's ThinkShare. Hello and welcome to the Daily ThinkShare. My name is Zach. I'm here to bring to you what I've been thinking about, sharing about, listening to, talking about that doesn't belong in math class. If you're new to the channel, I invite you to subscribe. I come out with a video every single day. So today I was listening, I try not to listen to the news, but when I do, it's for good reason. So today they were talking about how right now Republicans are trying to change the way that taxes are set. I did some reading because I was interested. So at first what I heard was people that are saving for their retirement, that are putting money into 401ks or IRAs, we're going to be capped at an earlier rate. One of the things you should know before we keep talking about this is there's two main ways of saving for retirement. I know there's a lot of different ways, but two main ways I see it in terms of taxes. One is your regular retirement savings plan where you can put money into that plan and then pay taxes later in life when you withdraw it. Or you can pay for a Roth account, so you can do Roth IRAs, Roth 401ks. And what you do is you pay taxes now, so then when you go to withdraw it later in life, you are not paying taxes. So you're paying taxes, the question is just when you're paying taxes. So what they're saying is that the new tax reform bill, I could have that wording wrong, but whatever they're proposing is going to change the way that you're allowed to put money in. So what they're saying is they might put a cap on how much, like if you're putting in money, you gotta stop at some point of how much you want to put into a pre-tax, so like a traditional 401k, rather than being able to put as much as you want or whatever the higher cap was. I actually don't know I forget what it is. So for a while I was saying to myself, what possible advantage would the government gain from doing that? So I did a little research and now it makes sense, and I wanted to share it with anyone else that might be slightly interested in this piece of news. So what's interesting about it is it sounds like what Trump wants to do, and generally the Republicans want to do, I could have that wrong, is they want to have a tax cut. So they think that if you cut taxes and people are able to keep more of the money that they're earning right now, then that will motivate them to work harder, and people want to, maybe that'll help create jobs. And what else that will do is if there's a certain cap for what they can put into their 401k savings, then that will force them to put anything else that they want to save into a Roth type of savings plan where they'll have to pay taxes on it now. So what that would do is the money that they would be putting in, they'll have to get taxed on more of it now rather than later. So here's what this impacts. The people that want to put money in now and not pay taxes on it till much later in life are people that are predicting that by the time that they're retiring, that they'll be in a higher tax bracket. So let's say for round numbers, right now I'm being taxed 10% of my income. And then, when I'm getting really close to retirement and I have a pension or something, I'm only being taxed at 5%. It would be attractive for me to put in money tax-free now and then get taxed on it at 5% when I retire. Some other people, like myself, I'm planning on making more money when I retire. So I want to have a lot more income than I have right now. And so what I want to do is I want to put in a Roth. So what that means is I'm paying taxes on it now. Say I predict right now I'm paying 10% in taxes. And in the future, I think I'll be paying like 15 or 20% in taxes. It would be attractive for me to pay for it now so that I'm saving a bunch of money that I have to pay for taxes later in life. So what they're saying is that because they're going to be collecting more tax money now by putting a cap on how much they can put into their account now, they'll be able to put that money into the GOP now. And I think it's interesting is at first I was sort of like outraged when I first heard this. And I think it was because I thought to myself, why would you want to penalize somebody for being responsible about the way that they're saving? Why would you want to put a cap on someone that's really trying to save for their future and be responsible? Because let's think about it. The majority of people, I don't know the actual numbers, but I remember being like flabbergasted, like so confused by the fact that over 50% of most Americans do not have a legitimate savings plan for when they retire. I think I read something that was like somewhere between like 20 and 50% said their retirement savings plan is winning the lottery. Let's just think for a second about how ridiculous that is. So when people are already making pretty horrible choices around retirement savings, why would you want to penalize people that are trying to be responsible for it now? So I hope this cleared up any questions that people might have had about what they're trying to do. To be honest, I'm not really an economist. I don't really know if it's a good idea or a bad idea. I can kind of see the pros and cons of both. I'm personally saving with Roth instead of the pre-tax version because I plan to be making more in the future. I plan on working my face off for a while so that I'm in that higher tax bracket, and I can see why they would want to cut taxes. I think they believe people have a better idea of what to do with their money than the government does. And I think from what I can tell, from my understanding of Republicans, is that they think that money should be in the hands of the people that earn the money rather than giving more of a portion to the government in making decisions. I think sometimes that works, sometimes it doesn't. I'm not an economist, I'm not a politician. Don't pretend to be one on TV or YouTube. Thank you for watching. If you watch this much, if you'd like to hear more, hit the subscribe button. I come up with videos every day. If you liked it, give it a like. In the comments below, add anything else you'd want me to comment on. I don't pretend to be an expert on things, but I think I know some things about like a tiny bit on tax law and a tiny bit on financial saving. Is that something that I've been pretty serious about the past couple of years. Thank you for watching. Stay weird.